want you to want. What I want you to want.
But should be really cool. I would say that Red is poised to 3-0 here. They are one of the best. They are the best team in STPL right now. Everything is not totally even there, but the idea is they're strong, and pSi are struggling and need to turn it around here.
Yep, now pSi have certainly shown they're down but not out. They are 0-2 at the moment in the series, but of course it is a best of 5. So if our player here for pSi can win, we still have a chance of going on to the ace match, but let's introduce our players and let's see who we've got. Okay, and starting us off here for Red, we are going to have one of their newer members, did play for SK Alpha last season. It's going to be LasT. Now LasT is a Korean Terror, not the LasT, not the one you do see in the ASL sometimes and streaming in Korea. It's a different LasT, but he's a good player nonetheless, currently 1-for-1 in the STPL. And his opponent is going to be Marine. Now Marine is a weird player in the fact he race picks every single matchup. So he plays like PBT, TBZ, ZVP or something, and you know what, before, that used to annoy me, but now I've got a system in place where I can do that in the overlay without restarting everything. So I've beaten you, Marine. You've not beaten me anymore.
Your arch nemesis.
But he did go 2-for-3 last round, did do pretty well for pSi. But he is 0-for-2 this round, so he's going to be looking to get his name on the scoreboard a little bit. As we move on to our third map of today, which is going to be Troy. Now Troy, of course, a desert map, 4 corners, 2, 5, 7, and 10 o'clock spawns, 12, 6, 3, and 9 o'clock gas bases, and there is the cool assimilator features where if you kill 1, only small units can get through, and 2, only ghosts can get through. So either way, let's head on over to the game, and let's get started. And speaking of getting started, starting us off here in the bottom right-hand position, we do have the blue Protoss fighting for pSi. Gonna need to win this to keep them in the series. It's gonna be Marine.
Yep, his opponent in the bottom left, or wait, why am I so bad at this? Bottom right. Wait.
No, it is the bottom left. It is 4
Wow,
a.m. or 5
I'm
a.m.
so bad I batted, and then I tried to unbad, but I accidentally rebatted. So now I've got to double unbad and get back to the good. So yeah, bottom left is LasT playing for Red. Though unfortunately not in the red color.
Yep, now we do have one of the Korean celebrities in our midst in the chat up at 5 a.m. watching our team. It is going to be Cadenzi, so hi Cadenzi. Nice
We
to
also
see you
have one of
joining
the
us.
Korean celebrities here. LasT, of course, one of the best. No, it's not actually that LasT, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
He has good taste.
And we've also got one of the esports celebrities here in the cast in Rapid. Not forgetting that.
I don't know about that. Truly, the real heroes of esports are people that run team leagues for tons of teams and players.
Underprivileged
and
kids.
Do all that. So, those two, I could qualify for one of those maybe. But as far as the builds are concerned, I don't think anything's too crazy. It's Gateway and Barracks first, so no like crazy eco builds or proxies or anything like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a one racks expand here for LasT, I would say. Obviously, one racks double, very popular in Korea and very popular on a map like this as well. Just because you do need to make sure you don't get locked into a single base. Now, the way that happens is if the Vespene geyser or the Vespene is slightly bigger than an assimilator, so when the assimilators get killed, the hitbox of the gas gets a little bit bigger, so it makes it harder for units to fit through. When one of the assimilators is taken down, only small units like Zealots, Firebats, Marines, Medics, and Ghosts can fit through. And then when both are destroyed, only Ghosts can get through, so that's a little bit of a weird, interesting tidbit for you to know. Now, I don't think we will see Ghosts, but maybe LasT wants to put on a show, and Ghosts do have a place in TVP, it's just that really hard to use.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard to use unless your name is Kix and you
Or
like
Radley.
to win games by nuking people. Oh yeah, Radley does that too. We actually had the sickest nuke game with Radley in it. And
Yeah.
I did get a chance to watch your stream where you had some cool nukes as well. That was a few, maybe a month ago or something. But they exist, they're out there, and long story short, they can pass through those little accumulators. But usually that's not something we have to worry about.
Yeah. Now, obviously we do know probes are pretty overpowered, so it could take the assimilator out on its own. Just needs to look at it funny and that assimilator will blow up, but...
Yeah, that would not be good. I would not play this map if that were possible.
Now, interestingly, LasT has gone for a 1-rax double, but he's not built the wall up here, so... If Marine was going for a Zealot, which luckily enough for LasT he hasn't done, he could be in a lot of trouble, but it looks like Marine is going to go for a proxy instead. Now, is this going to be for a Robo, or is he going to go for like a proxy 3-gate? Now, I don't even think you can fit 3 gates in this location, but it is something that works, and Sale did it to me a lot. We were trying to practice it. Obviously, I'm not as good as LasT, most certainly, but... I mean, Sale absolutely demolished my 1-rax double. There's nothing you really do about it. Now, we do have he's built a 3rd pylon in the main to throw off LasT. That's really clever.
So this doesn't have to be a proxy. You can just like hide a pylon, but I mean, I'm guessing it is. I'm worried that there's a horrific.
Oh, it's a Marine SCV all in. I didn't see the SCVs be pulled. It's going to be 3 Marines and a load of SCVs against 2 Dragoons. Now, unfortunately, the SCVs got there a lot later.
Yeah, is this just horrible? I'm pretty sure this is just bad.
Yeah,
he's not microing the Dragoons, so that's pretty good. But wow, this is a disaster. I mean, he's going to pull a few probes, but theoretically, that Dragoon is just going to win this for him.
Yeah, but
he actually had missed chance on one of those shots, but okay, this next Marine coming over, this guy is like, you know, our small soldier of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not going to be able to do anything anyway. There's another Dragoon there. The other Dragoon's still alive. Now, luckily for LasT, he didn't pull all of his SCVs. This was more of a reactionary play, I think, of the fact that maybe he thought he could, due to lack of units, he could lock his enemy in the base. But it's going to be a proxy gateway over here, and there's going to be 2 gates against just 1 barracks at the moment. He is going to get a bunker, but it's going to be late. And it is going to be a long time before we see any tanks here.
Yeah, wow, so this is going to be very, very effective, maybe even stronger than you'd expect this proxy gateway to be. A lot of Dragoons now coming across the map, and, you know, sure, it's a full bunker, but that only does so much, especially with Dragoon range. Yep,
now, of course, the extra gateway is going to take it to 3. Now, we're going to have Marine. He didn't lose too many Dragoons, but of course LasT. The trouble is he's not going to have vision over this high ground. Now, he just about gets it. But he can't outrange the bunker. Oh, he's actually going to try and run round. This is a very bold play.
You can outrange the bunker if you're on the high ground up towards the north, but that makes it very vulnerable for your units to be attacked. The problem is that there's just nothing. The siege tank timing is going to be way delayed, or the siege tech timing rather. But actually, oh wow, he gets his Dragoons drilled. That's terrible.
Oh, but the first tank.
Snipe the tank. Oh, he gets the first tank. That's crucial. Oh my God, there's no siege mode, and now there's proxy Dragoons coming into his base. He's gonna try to snipe down these Marines at the same time he's killing every SCV in the natural. This is terrible. LasT is just in such a sick spot right now.
Yeah, he
Or
is.
no, Marine is.
Well,
LasT is in a terrible spot.
LasT is actually just very ill right now because he's
Yeah.
feeling the pressure of this proxy
Ooh.
gateway. There's a lot of units coming from both sides. He's going to have to try and hold on. He's got siege mode. He's going to have to use his SCVs to block these assimilators. But the trouble is, every shot he takes on that Zealot is going to kill that assimilator quicker. Oh, he's going to lock the tanks out of the base. It's going to be so close. Oh, and he's going to lock him in.
Can he take it down? Oh
One
my
more
God, one shot away.
Oh,
Damn.
he does it. And
Gets
now,
the last shot, and now
LasT is going to be in trouble. He can't get his mech units out of this base now. He's going to have to go for some kind of dropship here to try and do something. But the Zealot can still make it through to attack these tanks.
Wow. So yeah, sure he can turtle inside his base, but I mean that's basically exactly what Marine wants, right? The idea of a Terran macroing mech out of his base and then having to get that out onto the map through dropships is just ludicrous. So wow, yeah, this is just it's a struggle town here for LasT. He's gotta stay alive, but he also has to do something with his command center. And I think he's going to try to float it down and mine again, but I mean, just think about the position Marine's in. He is just so hugely ahead, getting a Nexus of his own.
Yeah, now the thing is, the interesting thing is, if LasT actually just kills this other assimilator, which he may as well do, given the fact the only units that can get in and out of his base now are pretty much Zealots for the rest of the game. What he can do is he can try and take these island bases. He obviously can't land his command center because of the mineral field there, but he does have a starport. He's going to get an add-on, and Marine's Nexus is very, very late. Like, LasT is very far behind. Let's not get that wrong. He is 30 supply behind, but I mean, if he kills this assimilator, just as LasT can't get out of his base, Marine can't get into it to kill him. So, at the end of the day, Marine is still, like, not in the best of positions.
That's true. I saw somebody ask in chat, can you rebuild the assimilator? The answer is no, because those are actually. It looks like one refiner or one gas geyser, but it's actually stacked gas geysers, and that means that you can't rebuild on top of it. So once those assimilators are dead, they dead. So there's realistically no way to get your tanks out of your base except by dropping them now.
Yeah, now the funny thing is, if he does eventually get enough dropships, he can start taking the, like, weird semi-island bases, and if he kills the assimilators, he's going to have the advantage, because there's going to be nothing Marine can do about it. Marine does have a robo now, so we are going to see a shuttle very soon. See that coming up now, but, I mean, look at Marine, he's scouting around for a hidden base, but he really needs to take his own third eventually. Because we will have LasT expanding down here, and it is like a half gas base, so it's not that great. But it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, indeed it will. I believe... Okay, so it hasn't been scouted. Yeah, okay, there it is. The observer comes through. Wow, right on time there as well. He does drop a vulture over here, and as soon as it's dropped, it kills a probe. So maybe that's the hashtag value he's looking for. But yeah, the Dragoons are really going to be in a great position to stop any vultures being dropped in the main.
You know, the ironic thing is, we could eventually see, we could see LasT go for this base next to, I don't think we will, but like, if he drops some tanks there and starts sieging down the main, that would be really clever. But it looks like we are going to have vultures trying to lock off that 6 o'clock area. We do have some SCVs being built at the command center now down at the island base. And we see LasT now catching up in supply. He's going to be moving around a lot of his units. He's going to scout this extra gateway.
He's mining nothing but gas with the one base that he has. He's just really trying super hard to get that. And yeah, he's going to need a whole lot of it. Not only to build dropships to try to ferry his tanks out, but just to try to find some answers out here. He's trying to like move up there and scout the proxy gateway, but he finds it and then loses the scouts. So, I mean, this is just a rough spot to be in. And here comes the shuttle to shut down his one mining base.
Yeah, he does have tanks, so it's very easy to defend this from the high ground. And LasT is very, very well, he needs to be careful. He can't afford to siege up, and it looks like he's not going to. He is going to drill on top of the Zealot, maybe not. But he can do some sick dropship micro if he wants to. Oh, but here we go, it's dropship on dropship action. Shuttles, of course, not as good as Terran dropships. They can only drop 2 Dragoons, but there's nothing that can shoot up here.
Yeah, wow, that's actually really sick Dragoon control. He's microing the weak one to the back, and simultaneously LasT is microing his siege tank in and out of his dropship there. He kills both Dragoons with dropship micro on a 17 HP tank. Oh my god, this guy is so sick, and he's really fighting his heart out to stay in the game.
Yeah, he is. He needs to build like an engineering bar, or at least a wraith or something, just to deal with the shuttle, because it's going to come back in. There's going to be a mine drag. Oh, that's a huge deal.
It absolutely is. And now there's nothing to defend this base, and it's not looking good for our heroes. Kicks. Red may not be taking the 3-0 they were looking for. I mean, sure, more tanks are going to be ferried over.
Oh, a Goliath.
Great. Oh wow, that is actually going to be pretty good to push the shuttle out. But it is still, let's not get it twisted, this is still a disadvantage for LasT. Both in the flow of his units and how he's able to move them around the map, but also his resources, his income rather, very, very stunted. And now with a third base and potentially, I mean, even a fourth base coming up here for Marine, he just has the whole map to work with.
Yeah, now the trouble is Marine did take a long time to get that third base, so he's got Robo facility now with his Reavers, so it looks like we're going to have tanks being dropped. There's no dropship here, he's not repairing his tank either. Is he going to be able to repair it? No! But he is going to clear up more units from Marine.
Yeah, I mean, it always throws me off because Marine is a Protoss player, but
yeah,
he does kill more units there, and he is holding on. So there's only so many bad things you can say about that. Here we go, double shuttle coming in, going to drop off units right on this mineral line, but more importantly, right on top of the tank, and really everything defending this. So you're going to see more units put inside these dropships, buried down here. But finally, the siege on the high ground. I think this is truly what will shut down a lot of this harassment.
Yeah, he needed those tanks there a little bit earlier. He should just kill that extra assimilator in his main. I really don't understand why he has them, but here we go, 2 tanks on the high ground, 2 on the lower. Nice mine going down. Gonna help him clean that up. Oh, but more units coming in from the shuttles, but still, LasT is doing an incredible job holding on to this.
Yeah, Zealot Bomb, there's the unsiege.
Oh, he unsieged the wrong tanks.
Ground. Blow them up. The friendly fire is too good. Tanks, they're so good. The only thing good against tanks are themselves.
Yep, really good job there by Marine, using that Zealot Bomb on top of the tanks, just making it very inefficient for LasT to hold on. But this is the problem. If you look at Marine's bases, he only has 2 mining bases. One of them is going to mine out very soon. He's got a lot of probes that were mining there for a very long time.
Is that a scout? Is that a scout? Oh my god, Marine, you didn't.
Where?
You didn't. But you did at the natural.
Oh, so it is. Oh, he's building a turret though, and the one good thing against scouts is literally anything that can shoot up. So that scout's gonna go down. He tried to style on him, but it didn't work. But
okay,
are we gonna...
yeah, we're not at that point. If he had a 4th base up and saturated, then we're at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, LasT is still alive. He's holding on. He's turtling up. There is. I always say this in PvTs because there is that sense of inevitability, where as long as a Terran player is alive, he will eventually get to a point where he can kill the Protoss player. 200 on 200, the Terran army at 3-3 mech wins. But yeah, this drop could actually end that. Of course, LasT is still very far behind, so
yeah, he is.
We'll see if he's able to hold on here. Zealots, Speedlots specifically on top of these tanks, can just take them out so effectively, and they are being cleaned up, so the drop is not going to be fatal, but lowering the siege count tank is just absolutely crucial.
Yeah, lowering the siege tank once again. He also killed a couple of Goliaths, making it very difficult for LasT to really move out on the map. But eventually, LasT is going to have to try and take another base. Now, he could technically take his natural. Of course, it's going to be quite difficult, but he does have a lot of dropships now. He's going to build his command center back there, so he is going to expand there again. It is a full gas, and he is able to turtle a little bit longer. But are we going to see a fleet beacon here? This is going to be the big moment. No, it's going to be an Arbiter Tribunal.
Why do you not just build carriers here? You have insane, infinite money, and your opponent's stuck on 2 bases. And has realistically nowhere near the income or infrastructure to build enough Goliaths to deal with, 4, 6 carriers, something like that. Okay. I mean, Arbiters are kind of the classic way to deal with it.
He's doing it rapid. He's gonna block himself in this this side base. But is he gonna do it in time? It's a race against time. I'll kill the
I mean, if he wants to,
kill the
that'd be sick.
assimilators. You need to kill the
Yeah.
assimilators.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly the play. I think he is actually going to go do that. Yeah, so he unsieges for higher DPS, and he's going to go kill these assimilators.
Oh, he's gonna kill the gateway. Kill the assimilators first, man. No units can get to the tanks then. But here we go. Wow, he's actually going to do a really good job here. He's going to take out one of these top bases as well with another dropship. Now, the trouble is Marine is in a very awkward position trying to push into this. He's going to load up all of his zealots into shuttles. But that's it. Oh, DT. Oh, the Dark Templar going to do so much.
Oh, finally the scan there, but yeah, you're right. It takes out a tank and might actually buffer enough. Now, there's nothing in this shuttle, so that just goes down for free, and everything on the ground dies. The observer dies. Where? Kill the assimilate. Oh my god. Either way, this is getting out of control. LasT is fighting, finding a way back in this game, and Marine is not expanding. He's not able to take extra bases thanks to those 3 dropships that LasT has out on the map.
You know, unfortunately LasT didn't kill those, so 2 Zealots going to get in. A lot of Dragoons going to move over here, but, I mean, LasT just took out Marine's 4th base. Marine is still on 3 bases. There's 17 minutes into the game. And LasT is doing it.
Don't play with your food. Do not clown on your opponents when you haven't got the game won. That scout, I mean, that thing's expensive. It takes a lot of time, effort, money, and focus. And LasT has been using all of those to try desperately to hold on, build turret rings, stay alive, retake his bases, and he's just now doing that in his natural.
You know, he doesn't seem to know about the assimilators, which is weird given the fact he's blocked in his base, so...
No, he definitely knows about the assimilators, 100%.
Yeah, it's just...
That's the reason he's in such a difficult spot.
Yeah, but it's strange, like, I don't get why he didn't kill them at 9 o'clock. He could have taken that base for free. And with all those Goliaths, the shuttles wouldn't have done anything. And here we go, we've got some dropships coming in from the top, coming back to defend. He's taken out the 4th base location of Marine. And Marine is now finding himself starting to mine out. Like, he is mining out his main, very close to mining out his natural. I suppose that's about halfway. And he's going to have to try and make something happen with his units here. He's pushing up this high ground, but great positioning.
The Zealots evaporate. That's the big deal. There's going to be a whole lot of blue goo if Marine wants to try to keep pushing through here. And yeah, that high ground advantage, just a killing field. LasT is doing such a good job coming back into what I thought was a guaranteed lost game. The main's mined out kicks, there's nothing there. The natural is starting to get thin. There's only 1/3 base. Why? I don't want to say why, but like Marine has not been able to hold on to any expansion.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, Marine, I believe, started off as a Terran main. I would imagine from his name. Like, when you play TVP, the biggest problem you have is, in TVP, as soon as you get ever so slightly behind, the Protoss player just mass expands everywhere, and then you can't do anything.
Exactly.
He's not replicated that this game. There's not those big chunks of gateways all over the place. He's not even taking another main. He's taken the 12 and 6 o'clock base. And without another main, that's going to be less gateways, less room to build units. And I mean, even back at home, he only has 7 gateways, 8 gateways. It's all he can afford.
This is so strange, Kix. Okay. Well, I guess we have to, find a way to get back into this game. For LasT, he's been doing a great job of that himself, but unfortunately, Terran runs out of room in their main, so you really do have to start building things elsewhere, because he can't move his production out through that gap. So he's got to find some real estate.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a whole lot of options here.
Oh, but, there's going to be a big drop in the main. Wait, he's...
Oh, wow, he's actually... How did he find his way all the way there? He was a sneaky snack, but yeah, this is absolutely going to be a great position. This is an island base, so there's no way to get Zealots down there to deal with the siege tanks. They're going to be able to very effectively siege this Protoss main. Crucially, I just want to say I told you so about the carriers, man. This would be totally shut down.
There would be nothing LasT could do against carriers. He has a lot of minerals, but that's about it. Like, you can't defend these bases with such little gas. Like, I mean... LasT is doing a great job. He's taking a great position on this map. And he actually, I think he knows about the 4th base now as well, so he can actually go and kill that with another drop. Now, all he needs to do is drop his units there and kill the assimilators, and then he gets the base. Like, just kill the assimilators, man. Oh, he's locking... He's locking Marine in his base. He's killed the assimilator. Only Zealots are getting out of that main now.
Oh my god. Mein Gott im Himmel. What are we... is that the sickest comeback ever?
I mean, there is going to be recall, so recall does get your units out of the base, but still...
Okay, yeah, tell me more about how you're going to recall to get your units out. Protoss is losing his main, and his entire army is just stagnated in the middle of the map.
And there's a huge drop coming through the map. There is a scout trying to chase them, but one Goliath with 2-1 upgrades should take this out very, very quickly. We do finally have some units being dropped down. Now we do have DTs getting dropped on this as well, but this is a Doom drop in the main. He's going to have to send his units back to defend, but he's not going to be able to get them through the gap.
Oh, pick up the DTs, pick up the DTs. He actually scans. If he moves the DTs back in siege tank range, then he will lose them. But he actually does not. The scan runs out, but the DTs
no, he kills the
as
DTs.
well.
Yeah, here we go. Looks like we're going to have shells dropping on top of the tanks. Are we going to have a recall or a stasis? Looks like it's going to be a big stasis. There's a lot of SCVs that have been bought with this as well. A huge stasis going down may give him enough time to defend, but Marie can't get his Dragoons back in his base.
He needs to target down that turret. If he kills the missile turret, then
there's two
realistically... Oh yeah, so there's a second one as well. I mean, the stasises are actually sick, but the idea is that the DTs will never be able to
coming
clear
in
this
as
up.
well. Oh, there's a
no.
There's a dropship with three vultures in. I think he's forgotten about it. And here we go, the vessel going down. The Arbiter's not going to be as powerful now. An SCV killing a Dragoon there, doing a great job. It's going to be the production to... Oh, he tried to mind drag on the tanks, but went a little bit too early.
Build the Manor CC. Do it now. LasT. There's no BM too great to do in this game.
A huge drop going into the top right again.
Okay, yeah, it kicks, like, for real. Okay, he is actually going to run right over a bunch of cannons. If he loses all these dropships, then, you know, maybe, but, I mean, realistically...
Oh no, he's flying into the Dragoons!
Oh my... okay, so he doesn't actually... Okay, he loses one dropship, I think, out of all of those. That could have been much worse. It looks like eventually the drops will come in. There's a couple of Zealots getting dropped in there with the shuttle, but the shuttle does go down. The Zealots will eventually be cleaned up. And,
nice repair.
If Marine can get back in control of his base, then maybe, like, he's still got 3 mining bases. But the production is really what's being hit right now.
Marine doesn't have any room to build gateways anywhere. This is why he needed out of the main quicker, because if you lose your gateways, how are you going to come back? Now, of course, you can spam, like, Stargate somewhere and go Stargate, but go Fleet Beacon even, but he's running out of time.
Marine has about 20 probes idle at his natural that are not mining elsewhere, and really, there's not a whole lot of other places for them to mine. I think he might have even overbuilt probes because he has 3.5. There's like 4 bases worth of probes here. So if you look at the supply, a lot of Marine supply is actually just in workers, whereas much fewer bases, much fewer supply in SCVs there for LasT. He just has a giant army, and it's all in the Protoss's main.
And it's got 3-2 upgrades as well. He's repairing his dropships. Good to see. I do really hate watching Terran players who don't repair. It's one of the most amazing things about Flash, because you watch Flash and like his unit takes 1 point of damage and he repairs it. It's like that's efficient right there. But LasT, spamming turrets in the main, he doesn't want to get caught off guard by A units. And I mean, he's killed the main of Marine. That's all we can really say. Now he is going to run... Oh my god, he's going to find all the probes.
Oh no. Oh no. This could be tragic. Just down a little bit more. There we go. I'm like scratching an itch, but it's actually just dead probes.
Kill the assimilator! Kill the assimilator and then the units can't get in to kill your bait or kill your stuff.
I think he wants to win by being like the virtuous, you know, like the paladin. You know, he would never do something that dirty. He actually already did it in the main, so I'm just making that up. But realistically, he is able to use these giant dropship fleets to run around the map and kill off every base that Marine has. His main is in shambles, his bases are being shut down, and I think LasT is starting to have this game in the bag after being in such a weak position.
Yeah, what a great comeback here by LasT. Marine obviously dropping the ball a little bit. We have probes actually transferring back into death as well. And I mean, this Goliath in between the 2 assimilators, you don't need to kill them, just build a wall. And the Dragoons trying to move in to kill that additional command center. That will get away though. Going to get away with yellow health as well, so it's not going to burn down. And we're going to have the dropships trying to move around yet again. As, I mean, Marine is just lost everything. Like, he doesn't have any production anymore. He's got like 2 gateways, trying to add up to 4. But imagine if this was another main. This would be an entirely different story.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, taking other mains is, I mean, Zerg players do it just in general. Protoss players do it in general against Terrans, and he never did it. And now he's having real estate problems rebuilding any sort of infrastructure. Whereas LasT, he just took some time to build some very good SimCity within his base, and he made the most of the limited space he had to come back into this. I mean, that's lots of things that he did, lots of things that Brain didn't do, but oh no! And boom goes the dynamite. Wow, so that's rough. Also, these vultures coming through in the siege tanks are really just gonna solidify this, and now, or solidify the 3 o'clock location. Now Marine's army is segmented. His bases are segmented. They're starting to mine out. I don't know, Kix. This looks a little rough. In Korean, I could perhaps think of 2 character blocks that I could use to describe the situation here for Marine, but because I am a non-toxic entity within the StarCraft community, I won't say those on air.
Yeah, and can I just be the first to say, like, LasT has done an amazing job keeping up his dropship production, keeping them alive, and just dropping absolutely everywhere. Now, all he needs to do, I know he said he's going for the Paladin win, but just trap the 12 and 6 o'clock bases.
Yeah, exactly.
Just trap them in.
Like,
what is Marine gonna do?
Revenge here. Your opponent built not 1 but 2 scouts against you. They walled you in and then just like kind of like played with their food, and now truly you know, there's no BM, like I said, too great to enact. This is where you go for nukes. This is where you somehow get a Dark Archon and like build Protoss. I don't know what you can do. Battle cruisers, like there's just this is insane.
We joke, but there is a way of Marine getting back in this game. If LasT sits back too long... There is. He has 3k minerals, or at least he did do. Now LasT is going to be able to clean up the bottom, or the left-hand side here, so he's going to be able to expand again. He's still not killing the assimilators, but he is going to siege up. And the trouble is, like, this is where I'm going to be a little bit weird. Like, I've been in a position like this in a game where you think, you know what, I've come from so far behind, I'm going to win the game. And then they build like 6 Stargates and you die to carriers, and that's certainly one thing he needs to watch out for. Now, of course, he has lost all of his tech. That's going to be a lot of units coming down, but he's building a lot of gateways now in the top right-hand corner of the map. There is a vulture just out of position to see all of this, so that's a bit oh, he does see it. So he's going to know that he needs to do something about this soon, but this is a massive dropship fleet now, heading on over.
Yeah, these dropship fleets, the caravans. This is like the cinematic from the middle of Homeworld, just carrying around the lost, exiled fleet of LasT around the map. They've just been so potent. He's really using them super well, and now he's I mean, right now Marine is at risk of losing not only one of his last bases, but his entire production.
Yeah, no, he needs to drop and kill the assimilators, please. Oh, he's going to drop on top of the army. This isn't very... Oh, here we go.
Oh,
he's
wow, he
going
actually
over the
flies
top,
completely over, and it's going to... Okay, it wasn't all of his production. He actually built everything but a Nexus in the main.
Yeah, he built a lot of gateways now. He's actually going to take the position behind this. He's got units out the front as well to stop any reinforcements coming in. And oh, the mines are going to be so big here in the lead up, and a great mine going down on top of those Dragoons.
All I'm trying to say is there's 2 directions, Kicks. There's in and there's out, and Marine needs to get one of them. I'm not going to give anybody any hints about which one that could possibly be, but he should make a choice soon, because he is just getting styled on at this point. He's dropship fleets just ferrying units around the map. Wow, this is just such an impressive comeback. And Marine, I don't want to say that he didn't pull the trigger fast enough. He went for a scout instead of going carrier tech. There's a lot that he did or maybe could have done, but LasT just really tenacious, stuck in it, and now he is really making the most of having come back from all that. There's a last-ditch effort here from LasT to try, or from Marine rather, to try to take LasT out at the 9 o'clock location, but it's just one zealot or two being running at a
Yeah,
time.
he actually had. There was a little bit of a weird micro battle going into the main. I don't actually know how the units got in there, but there was 4 zealots against 3 tanks. We saw a nice defensive matrix go down. I mean, one. Okay, those tanks in the main, 2 of them have 16 kills, 1 has 19. They are true Terran heroes. They are getting all of the medals when they get home.
Oh man, yeah, and well deserved, truly. But they should also maybe like get a pension, get all kinds of crazy other stuff. They've been really putting in work.
Yeah, they have. Now, weirdly, now we see the problem of Marine not taking other main. He can't build any pylons anywhere. He's supply blocked. He's got
Yeah.
3k, 2k, and he just can't
Oh,
spend it.
he's trying to take that island base in the upper left-hand corner, or not the island, but like the base.
The
I
main.
guess it could be an island if he killed that. Yeah, but the other main.
And there we
but
go.
yeah, he's not going to be able to do it. GG. Marine taps out LasT. Somehow does the impossible. Comes back from a seemingly unwinnable game and takes the 3-0 for Red.
He does. Now, there is one more game left in this series, of course, but that was an insane game. I want to look at the units killed. LasT killed 247 units and only lost 154, so great usage of his units there. And I mean, you know what? This is honestly one of the best series we've had in round 2, I think. Just for, like, exciting games.
Usually those numbers on the graph are supposed to go the other ways, but man, I do want to say not an I told you so for LasT, but and I told you so for our audience early on, and this is just for future TVs or TV Ps that you watch. Early on, I was like, well, there's this thing, the Terran is not dead, and inevitability does kick in. He was running around the map with 3-3 mech. He actually got air upgrades there as well at the end, and I'm like, this is what can happen. Absolutely. Every Protoss, until the Terran player is dead, should always worry about that inevitability kicking in. And Marine did not. LasT comes back, and so leaves, right? They grow on trees, but sometimes they have a good like aroma or a taste to them. And after you dry them, you can maybe make some delicious beverages out of them. Now, there's a couple of different kinds of these beverages. There's like coffee or maybe tea, but sometimes the tea is dry. Now, there's the other kind of tea, not the dry tea, but the wet tea. But if it's too wet, then it's soggy tea or tea soggy, and that's maybe what we saw here today.
Okay, well, let's head on to the intro again, because we're going to move on to the 4th game.